Welcome to the Destiny Awakening Interviews, a podcast with Andrew Wayfinder and his guests, bringing you powerful insights, inspiration, and ways to break free, live life your way, and make a difference in our changing and challenging world.
So hello everyone, and a very warm welcome to another edition of the Destiny Awakening Interviews. I'm Andrew Wayfinder Renievich, and I'm joined today by Sam Silverstein, keynote speaker, author, and leadership consultant. And a very warm welcome to you, Sam. And where are you hanging out tonight?
Hey, Andrew, it's great to be here. I'm in St. Louis, Missouri.
Oh, wow. My mother's from Missouri. Not from St. Louis, but, well. Okay, so let's talk about your work and your experience. A former executive and company owner, Sam's company sold over $100 million in products and services before being bought out by a Fortune 500 company. For the past, 27 or 28 years, Sam has been writing, speaking, and consulting with organizations like Kraft, PetSmart, Pfizer, the Mayo Clinic, and more to think differently, work with renewed purpose, and achieve record-breaking results. Global Gurus recently listed him as one of the top 30 organizational culture professionals in the world. He's written 10 books on leadership and accountability, and is an in-demand live and virtual speaker. His mission is to empower people to live accountable lives, and he has a very interesting definition of what the word accountable is: to transform the way they do business and to find new ways to thrive during volatile times. And his topic today is going to be accountability, the big three questions. Oops, I missed that one. And Sam is going to share us his time. Thank you very much. And unpack that idea in 6 questions. So the time starts now. The first question is, you were talking about the Accountability Institute or Initiative?
It's the Accountability Institute.
The Accountability Institute. So who's the ideal client for the Institute, and what's the transformation the Institute's going to help them achieve?
Well, we created the Accountability Institute to be able to offer a certified accountability advisor. And what this is, it's a skill set and an entire curriculum, including online assessments for executive coaches and business consultants so that they can go to their clients and extend the value in the relationship that they've already created.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so as an accountability coach, what's the challenge their clients are having, and how does the accountability coaching and process transform their situation?
The challenge is that their clients are having is sustainability and being the best they can be. And so that shows up and manifests itself in different ways in different organizations. Some organizations are struggling with attraction and retention. Some are struggling with a lack of teamwork. Some are struggling with a lack of innovation and creativity. Some don't have the productivity or the employee engagement that they want. And all of those things flow through creating a workplace culture that is based on, that prioritizes accountability.
Okay. So what's the challenge they're facing? Good question number 2. What's the biggest challenge they're facing with this accountability topic?
So what happens is, so if you're an executive coach, or which you are, or a business consultant, what happens is many times they struggle with differentiating themselves from the competition. But more importantly, where they struggle is in the transformation of the organization. And so what we've created is a system that will help an executive coach actually step that leader through a transformational process and learn to understand what accountability is and build it into their life, and then build it into the organization. So whether it's going through the coach or the consultant, we want to help build individuals that understand and live accountability, and organizations that step it out so that they perform at levels that they really never imagined possible before.
Okay. So what's the number one insight you would share people to help them? So say,
wow, so much.
Yeah. No, so it's, because there's, you're giving sort of the secrets of your process to the coaches you're training.
Exactly.
But what's the heart of the insight that's allowing them to become really effective with the executives and the company people who are coming to them for help?
What allows them to be effective is that they're taking to the leader something that individual has probably not heard before. And that is that everything that we've been taught about accountability is wrong. That accountability is not a way of doing, but rather accountability is a way of thinking. Specifically, it's how we as leaders think about our people. Accountability isn't leadership trying to manipulate people to do more. Accountability is leaders creating that workplace culture that inspires people to want to be their best and to be accountable. And we know how to do that.
So accountable, yeah, this is really interesting. So accountable to what? Because it sounds, I mean, what you're saying before is we think of as accountability as the guy with the checklist.
Or the gun to our head because someone's going to hold us accountable, which nobody likes.
Yeah. So what are you doing? What you just described sounds really different to that.
So the way we see this and the way we see it in action is that accountability is keeping your commitments to people, but there's tactical commitments and relational commitments. We're responsible for things. We're accountable to people. Accountability is built on a relationship. The tactical commitments are all about getting things done in productivity. That's important. Yes. But when you build accountability through the relationship, through people, then what happens is people are valued. They want to stay. You attract better people. And ultimately, they do provide greater productivity. So it shows up on the bottom line. And ultimately, that's what the leader wants. Okay,
great. So that ties into question number 4. As you develop these ideas, what was there a concept, a book, talk, or experience that catalyzed this for you? Or what was the most,
Well, Andrew, you mentioned that I've written 10 books. And so the turnaround for me was the book that I wrote called Non-Negotiable, where I had the opportunity to work with a bank in Amarillo, Texas named Happy State Bank. And I worked with then President and CEO J. Pat Hickman, and they had the most accountable organization we'd ever come across. And we have a cultural assessment tool that measures accountability in the workplace. It was amazing what was going on there. And through over 100 interviews and all the research, we unpacked what was going on. And then that's what we have then built multiple systems around so that our certified accountability advisors can take this to their clients and help their clients make the same transformation.
Okay, so I suspect that might tie into the free resource that you'd like to share with the audience tonight.
We do have a free resource, yes. And it's available at amiaccountable.com, amiaccountable.com. And what that is, it's a personal accountability assessment that you can take. It takes about 2 minutes. And in that personal accountability assessment, you'll learn more about the 10 relational commitments that actually define accountability for us as an individual or as an organization. And it's a free assessment, and those insights can be valuable.
Okay, great. And the other thing you wanted to mention was that if people are interested in the advisor program, to just email advisor@samsilverstein, STIEN. EIN. See, I told you I was going to mess it up.
Yeah, Sam Silverstein, SILVERSTEIN.com.
Thanks. Yeah. My French teacher used to ask me if I was dyslexic because I was so good at messing up I's and E's. So, Sam, the last question number 6. What should I have asked you that I didn't?
Wow. You asked a bunch of great questions, but bottom line is this. What happens if we don't embrace what accountability really is? And I think that's an important question, because in that situation, we just continue to get more of what we've gotten. And it's only through embracing the real power of accountability and building relationships and inspiring people to be their best that as leaders, we have the ability to have the impact on people and have the legacy that we want to have so that our people are their best. They take that home and their families are their best. They contribute to their communities and their best. And then ultimately, those people who are their best help make our organization its best.
That reminds me of, do you know Jim Hightower?
Mm-hmm.
He says his dad used to say, he's an old guy from Texas, everyone does better when everyone does better.
Bottom line.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for your time tonight. It's been great talking with you.
Thanks for listening to the Destiny Awakening interviews. If you have a friend who would benefit, please share and subscribe to the show on iTunes and leave a review. We really appreciate it. And remember, always use your power for good.